And we're gonna set them up. I'm gonna, I'll give you guys the autonomy to manage yourselves. So some options would be, well, one thing I like to do is I like to put a blanket on my mat for when I do some restorative, but I'm going to show you guys some options here and then figure out what is going to feel best for you. So on your back, you can come into a supported bridge with that block underneath the sacrum. And maybe you have a blanket over the top of you. So we have a block underneath that sacrum. So one edge of the block is at the very top of that little crack that we have between those buttermilk biscuits. And then our shoulder blades on the floor. So there's that option with supported bridge. If that doesn't quite work, then have your block on the mat or pillows. Find a way to kind of get a pillow at an angle. You can recline back on a bolster, knees on the floor, maybe feet together. And if that doesn't quite sound just right, maybe find a supported child's pose or just a regular child's pose. So nestle into this space in whatever way feels really good for you. Maybe cover up with a blanket when you get there. And then drop into the space. And let's just drop into this community that we have here together. We all have different things going on around us, within our household, within our community. And we can bring those here together. And we support each other with the listening, with the laughter, with the empathy, and with our energy together here. And just as we all have different challenges, different joys, and the life around us, within us, expresses itself differently, as we move through our flow today, our movements, we'll express them in different ways. But yet there's that commonality between the movements, just like there's commonality within our experiences. So as we drop into our own energy for our practice today, let's also drop into one another, to that common sutra, that thread that connects all of us. Maybe it's the breath, knowing that we all breathe the same air. Maybe it's the sun. We're all under that same globe of fire. Just knowing that we're all connected. Bring your awareness to your breath. Maybe notice where the breath goes in the body. Maybe follow the breath as it flows in through the nostrils, or maybe the mouth if your nose is stuffed up for some reason or another. Where does the breath go? Does it have a temperature. Is it smooth or is it choppy, like the wave on the ocean water, chopping the water? Or is it a smooth little wave? No white caps, just like a little foam as it flows up to the seashore. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the breath maybe going across the body, down across the toes. Breathe in. Feel the breath like a wave. Just shrouding the front of the body. And then exhale. Let it go. One more breath in, holding the breath at the top. Exhale, let it go, but as you let it go, feel yourself anchoring down as the breath leaves out across the toes. And then gently removing any props out from underneath you, maybe lifting the hips, sliding the block out, or the bolster, and coming flat onto the back. And then feel the back body on the earth, flat down. Connecting down to the earth with no support underneath that sacrum or the back. Now let's bend the right knee into the chest. Point that left leg nice and long, and then let that right knee just drop out to the side. Maybe if you have a pillow or a blanket nearby, when that right knee goes out to the side, just rest the right knee on a pillow on the side of your mat. Or you can just hold that knee up. Just kind of opening the hip out to the side. Couple breaths. And then we'll exhale, draw that knee into the center. And then let's bring that knee across the body. And this time, let's definitely bring a block underneath that knee so the knee can rest on the block as it comes across the body. Maybe that right arm comes towards the right side of the mat, and maybe it just rests beside us. Breathing into the side of the leg. And then the back of the body. On your out breath, bring the knee back to the middle, and then send that leg nice and long. Let's feel ourselves on the earth again, legs long. Maybe notice how that right leg feels in comparison to the left, or the right side of the body feels compared to the left side. Now hug the left knee in, then let that knee drop out to the side. And then maybe we find that pillow or support underneath that left knee. And offer the body to work with a little more effort without the prop. Maybe we bring some ease into our space and ease into our experience, not just this yoga experience right now, but in life itself. Feel the hip be opening if we roll that right foot out to the side. The left hip might open a little more. And on an out breath, bring the left knee through the middle and across the body. Find a block underneath that left knee as it crosses the body. The left arm out, kind of behind us, or maybe just on the hip or by the back body. Arranging yourself and your limbs in whatever way is going to support you and draw in what you need from this collective time together today. Reminding ourselves that we're all in this together and we have one another here. Now exhale, bring that knee back to the middle. Bring the foot to the ground, extend the leg long, feel the legs long, feel the body on the earth. And then we'll exhale to bring the soles of the feet together. Knees come out to the side. And you can bring blocks or blankets, pillows, support under the knees if you want, or just bring the soles together. Closing the eyes, maybe you cover yourself with a blanket. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Letting those glutes sink into the floor, rooting down the shoulder blades, the hips. Now on an exhale, keep that right foot in, extend the left leg long. Maybe the right foot comes on the inside of that left leg. This is our reclined tree pose. Bring the arms up above the head. Now reach the arms high. Yeah, past the top of the mat. And then find any variation with the arms. Maybe you rest one hand on the heart, one on the stomach, or arms out like a cactus. Reclined a tree. Thinking of that movie, well, it's a book, but in the movie, The Two Towers, The Lord of the Rings, Merry and Pippin are speaking with the Ents, trying to get the trees to be a part, to defend what the destruction is, to fight against the destruction. And they're talking to the Ents, and the Ents say, why should we help? Why should we do anything? And they say to him, because you're part of this world. I cry every time I see that scene. Because you're part of this world. So in this tree pose, feel each other here. Feel part of the greater whole in this tree pose. And that's why. Exhale to bring the right foot to the ground, the knees towards the sky, and then extend the right leg long. Drag the left foot to the floor and let the left knee come out to the side. So now we're in our tree pose. On the other side, extend the arms high above the head, and then find your variation of the arms. That we're all in this together, that our roots go down into the core of the same earth, to Middle Earth. Our leaves move through photosynthesis because of the beams of the same sun. And the same moon controls the waters that control the waves that bring us rain, so we can be nourished. So tapping into this greater whole of each other this morning. Now exhale to bring the left foot to the ground, the left knee goes to the sky. And now extend the left leg nice and long. Let's point the toes and then flex the feet. And now point those toes. And now release any effort with the feet, and let's roll over onto our stomachs. When we get to our stomachs, let's bring those Hands, elbows kind of on the long edges of the mat. So the hands are stacked on top of each other. The gaze is down towards the hands. Let's bring the feet to the sky. So the thighs are on the earth, the feet are to the sky. Yep. And let's just windshield wiper the legs. So over to the right and over to the left. And then just go back and forth. You can go quickly or you can go slowly. Opening up the hip from the front, the back, the sides today. Now, next time they go over to the right, let them pause on the right side. And now over to the left, pause at the left side. And now bring the feet back to the middle. Then the feet, the legs to the ground. Let's bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Hands come to the earth. Let's lift the heart. Drop the shoulders up and back. For our Sphinx pose, Shalamba Bhujangasana. And bring the hands to prayer, or they can be palms down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift the head, and exhale to glance over that right shoulder. Maybe you see that right foot and extend through the toes of the right foot. And exhale, bring the gaze forward and across the middle, over to the left, over that left shoulder. Noticing the left foot. And now exhale, back to the middle. Let's bring our hands and our elbows kind of towards the center so they're not put under the shoulders anymore. Let's lift the hips up and back. Knees come together. Let's find puppy pose, but maybe we bring the hands behind the head in puppy pose, elbows down, hands in prayer. Extend the energy through the sits bones towards the heels. Keep the sits bones, the hips over the knees, but imagine the energy extending back and that low back stretching out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hand to the ground, lift the head, lift the gaze. Let's bring our hands underneath the shoulders here, we're in tabletop. Maybe bring the corners of the mouth to the sky, towards the eyes, smile a little bit. And now shake the hips over to the left, but glance over the right, noticing the right foot. Hips go to the right, glance over the left shoulder. And just do that a couple more times, kind of like a puppy chasing its tail. The hips go in the opposite way of the head. Maybe you go quick, maybe you go slow. One more time to each side. Hips to the right, gaze to the left. Hips to the left, gaze to the right. And now back to the middle. Let's bring the right foot forward. Pause with that right foot forward. And now drop the left thigh down towards the ground. That right knee might go over the foot. Left hand plants. Bring the right arm up, but bring it behind us, that low back. Or maybe that right hip. And just exhale. And then exhale again. Then bring that right hand up and then down to frame the foot. Let's send the hips back. Walk that right foot forward, flex the feet. Ardha Hanumanasana. From here, let's bring both hands on the right side of that leg. With that right hand on the right side of the leg, maybe the left hand goes to the sky. But press the right heel down, but reach the left hand to sky, right hand on the earth. Yeah, nice. Exhale, the left hand comes back down to the right side of the leg, so both hands are on the right side of the leg. And now walk the left hand to the inside of the right leg. Right hand comes on the right side of the right leg, kind of towards the ankle, and then bend that front knee. Let's drop that foot down, drop the hips down, but rise up this time. Now you can keep those hips dropped as much as you want, or you can kind of lift up out. Maybe you go back and forth. Be here for 4 collective breaths. So maybe you're moving in and out. Yeah. And just like life, There's a lot of variations in this common thread of our Anjaneyasana. Exhale to float the hands down and to frame the foot. And now curl the toes of the left foot under. Step the left foot to meet the right. Ground the feet into the core of Middle Earth. Bend the knees, let's rise up to stand. Maybe the hands meet in prayer above the head. Maybe the palms shine towards one another as if they're holding that globe of light above the head. And then bring the hands to the heart center or maybe towards either side of the thighs and pause. Notice the sensation in the right leg and the left leg. Breathe in. Exhale, let's hinge forward halfway. The heart parallel with the floor, arms reach for the side. Now imagine those sits bones reaching for the back of the mat, but the heart is parallel to the ground and we're on the balls of the feet. So you could really lift the heels if you wanted. Because all that weight is in the balls of the feet. Yes. Now exhale, hands come to the earth. Whew, maybe you notice the backs of the legs open because those sits bones are reaching back, but the energy and the weight is in the balls of the feet. Breathe in. Now exhale, bend the knees. Let's step the right foot back, lowering that right knee down. And now from here, you can send that left knee over the left ankle, kind of dropping that right hip down. So we have that opening in the hip flexors. Breathe in. And then rock it back. You can come down back into that forward stretch. And now we'll exhale, send the hips back, heel to the ground, toes to the sky. Exhale to bring the hands on the left side of the leg. Yeah. Find some stability. Find yourself grounded here. And then when you're ready, the left hand grounds and the right arm reaches to sky. As you reach, keep that left heel down. Maybe you even bring a block to that left hand. Creating length on the right side body and along the back of that left leg. Now exhale, bring the right hand down to the left side of the leg. The left hand plants on the left side of the leg. The right hand comes on the other side. Exhale. And then we'll bring that foot to the ground. And then we'll be here for those collective breaths. We can rock it back or forward. You can lift the arms up to the sky, lifting up and out. Any variation. Yes. Maybe even exaggerate those breaths, like a deep exhale and a deep inhale. And now we'll frame the front foot. This time we're going to drag the feet back. So bring the knees back. Bring the knees wide. Maybe mat distance apart, maybe not. The wrists are a little bit forward, not quite under the shoulders. Yeah. And now, if it's okay, you can bend the elbows and lower down. If not, just drop the hips and just kind of hold yourself up if you don't want to bend those arms and lower. So it's kind of like a back bend. Otherwise, bend the elbows, lower the heart down, and then exhale to press up. And we'll do that 2 more times. Otherwise, just drop those hips and kind of shine like a knees down, upward facing dog. Draw the belly button to the core, feel a nice strong chest. And then we'll bring the big toes together. Sit back in child pose. And now in our child pose, bring that left hand to the middle of the mat. Sweep the right hand back and bring the forearm or the back of the right arm across the low back, the palm of the right hand to the sky, opening up that shoulder on the right side. Breathe in. And exhale, bring the right hand forward to the middle of the mat. Sweep the left hand back, the back of the left arm across the low back, the left palm shining towards the sky. Exhale, the left hand comes forward. And then we're going to roll onto our stomachs. The knees come to the middle of the mat. Toes go back, back, back. Tops of the legs, ground. The low ribs, ground. And now reach the arms forward, past the front of the mat, but gaze down. So the gaze is to the floor. Inhale. Now exhale, hover the hands over the earth. Reach the right arm to the side. So the right arm is out, wrist in line with the shoulder. Left arm is above the mat. Now bring the back of the right arm across the low back. The right palm shines to the sky. Maybe you lift the heart just a little bit. Hover the heart. So our shoulder, back of the right shoulder reaches for the sky. So we're opening up the shoulder and the chest, and we're doing a little back bend here. Now exhale, sweep the right arm out like a robot. Flip the palm down to the ground and then sweep the right arm back towards the front of the mat. So both arms are extended the same way. Palms down, breathe in. Now exhale, bring the hands to the ground, rest the forehead on the hands. Bring the soles of the feet to the sky and then windshield wiper the legs out again. So over to the right and then over to the left. Over to the right and now over to the left. And bring them back to the middle. Extend the legs towards the ground so the legs are on the ground. And then reach the arms towards the front of the mat. Lift the chest just a little bit so those low ribs are on the ground, but the upper chest is off the ground. The right arm is forward, the left arm goes out to the side. And then rotate that left thumb down and bring the back of the left arm to the low back. The left palm shines to the sky. Nice job, guys. Right arm forward. And now reach, lift the chest up. Engage the back body, breathe in. You can lower down that chest as much as you want, so the back bend can be deeper or lower. One more breath. Exhale, the left hand comes out to the side, flip the palm down, and then sweep the left hand forward. So both hands are forward. Palms are down towards the earth. Now flip the palms up, or palms towards each other, thumbs to the sky. Let's lower down the chest. Keep the arms above the head. Lower the arms to the ground, forehead to the floor. Bring the heels to the sky. We're going to windshield wiper. The arms are still long in front. Windshield wiper the legs. Yes, you got it. Now bring the legs long. And now let's inhale, glance up towards the hands. And now bring the gaze kind of down off the front of the mat. Lift the thumbs to the sky, lifting the arms off the ground. And now lift the right leg off the ground and then the left leg off the ground. And let's just hover here with the arms and the legs lifted off the ground. You can always lower them down, maybe as close to the ground as you want. Relax the shoulders, let's breathe in. Now exhale, bring the arms further apart from each other, kind of like an X with the arms, or a Y. Now bring the feet apart, so now your body is like an X on the ground. Now exhale, just lower everything down right where it is. Drop the chin or the side of the face towards the ground. Relax the low back. Now exhale, bring the hands under the shoulders. We're going to press back to puppy pose. So the hips are over over the knees and the hands come forward. Sink that heart down. And it never felt so good to stretch out that low back. So energetically reach those sits bones towards the wall behind you or the same direction as your heels. The hands extend forward. Exhale to kind of float onto the palms. The forearms come off the ground. Let's find our downward facing dog. So placing the palms down, curling the toes under, and then reaching those sits bones up to the sky. Heels reach for the ground. Chest reaches for the thighs. Your hands are as wide or as close together as feels right for your shoulders. Let's be here for a few more breaths. Maybe you walk the feet a little closer to the hands and see how that feels on that low back that we just opened. with our back bends. And now bend those knees towards the ground and step the feet between the hands. Dangle here for just a breath or two, maybe finding opposite elbows. Hang, hang, hang. And then exhale, bend the knees. Let's rise up to stand. Bring the hands to the heart space. Or maybe on either side of your thighs. Grounding into Middle Earth. Noticing where you are in space, where you are on your mat, where you are in the room that you're in. Notice where your heart is in your body. Now open the eyes if they're closed. Ground that left foot down and then sweep the right foot back. As you sweep the right foot back, let's just hinge at the waist. So we're hinging, maybe we bend that knee and the heart becomes parallel with the ground. Rather than keeping that right leg long, let's bend the right leg so the knee meets the left knee. So we're hinging forward, but that right knee is on the side of that left leg. And then let's extend that leg long and then bend it back in. So we're going to keep that core nice and steady and just kind of extend and bend the right leg. The left leg is strong. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. So however many movements that is for you. Maybe you're moving really quick. Maybe you're moving slow. At the end of that last exhale, ground that right toe to the ground. So the toe is on the earth now behind us. Now let's rise up, and as we lift the heart, come onto the ball of that right foot, keep the right heel lifted. And then exhale. Release the hands, sweep them to the side. With the arms out to the side, ground that right heel down, bring the left toes to the sky. Left toes lift, right heel is down. Breathe in. Now exhale, ground that left foot. Bring the right hand towards that right leg. Now reach up to sky and just bend the back. So the right hand goes down the right leg, the left arm reaches up and back. And now exhale, let's fold it forward. Bring that right hand on the inside of that left hand on the inside of the left leg. Pivot the right foot towards the long head and sweep the right hand to sky, triangle pose. Exhale. Exhale, bring the right hand to meet the left. Bend the left knee, pivot onto the ball of that right foot. Shift the weight forward, step the right foot to meet the left, ground into that right foot. And now extend the sits bones back with the crown of the head forward. So we're in our half lift, the right foot is gonna ground. And now bend the right leg to lift that left foot up. Left knee meets the right knee. Extend the arms up overhead. And then we're going to send the left leg long. Then we're going to bend it in. Yes. Maybe you want to find a static shape here with the left leg long or the left knee in. If not, bring some mobility. Let's breathe. One more breath in. Our exhale sends the ball of that left foot to the ground. Ground the ball of that left foot as we rock back and reach the arms to the sky. The left heel lifts, the right foot grounds. Breathe in. Exhale, hands come down to the side. The left hand reaches down that left leg and the right arm sweeps up. A little back bend, standing here. Now exhale, hand comes forward, reaching forward. The right arm can reach forward, or left arm reach forward now too. Ground the left foot. Let's bring our hands to our hips this time as we bring the right toes to the sky, the right heel down. And then ground into that right heel, the left foot. Yeah. Ground the right foot. Let's step it forward. Left foot meets the right, sit in our chair. Any variation with those arms. You can be kind of your seat up high, or you can be nice and low. Find what feels right for your energy today. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's rise to stand, so we straighten out those legs. As we straighten, we come onto the balls of our feet for Talasana, palm tree pose. Balls of the feet, heels lift. Any variation with those palm tree leaves. Feel that warmth of the sun on your face. Maybe there's a slight rock in this palm tree. Maybe it's steady. Exhale, lower those heels down, palms come to the heart space. Curl the shoulders up and back. Now ground that left foot down. Bend the right knee so the heel comes towards the glute. Arms come out to the side. Now sweep the left hand to the hip, the right hand finds the foot. Kick the foot into the hand. And then hinge forward, so we're hinging. Kick the hand into the foot so that quad is active. And then maybe you bring your left hand to sky. Natarajasana, king dancer pose. One more breath. Now exhale, bring that left hand down, the knee comes to the side. Now as you let go of that foot, send the foot back, come on the ball of that foot, let's rise back up. Our exhale. Nice job, ladies. Hands come down to the side, step that right foot forward, shake it out. You can sway side to side, dip the knees, hula hoop the hips. Yes. Now ground those feet, ground into the right foot especially. We're going to bend the left foot. Right hand to the hips, roll the shoulders up and back. Find the foot and that left hand, kick into the hand. You should feel the front of that left leg nice and active, hinging forward. Now any variation with the arms. Maybe the right arm comes back and finds towards that foot and the arms reach back. Maybe it reaches forward. Breathe in. Now let's exhale to bring that right hand down to the side. The left knee comes beside the right knee. Gently release the foot from the hand. Step that left foot down. The ball of the left foot grounds. Heel is lifted. Inhale to lift the hands to sky. And now let's exhale. Bend that front knee. Ground the left heel. Fold forward and surrender over that front leg. Yeah, nice job. You can frame the foot, maybe you rest the hands on the thigh. Let's bring the left hand kind of towards the inside of that leg and sweep the right hand up for sky, revolve, triangle pose. If you have a block hand, you can bring that left hand to the block. Gentle twist. Exhale, release that right hand down. Bend the right knee, step the left foot forward. You can leave that block where it is between the feet because we're just going to sit back in our chair for a breath. Exhale to rise. Sweep the hands and the arms back behind us and then sweep them forward. And now sweep the right arm back like you're swimming and the left arm back. And just do that a couple times. Feeling maybe the chest, the shoulders, the heart open. One more swim with the right arm and then the left. Hands are at the side, blocks between the feet. Step the right foot back onto the ball of the foot, straighten that left leg. And then ground the ball of the right foot. Inhale, both arms reach to the sky. Exhale to fold and surrender over that extended front leg. Feel the ankles supporting us. There might be a lot of movement in that left leg and that left ankle, and that's okay. That means that it's doing exactly what it was designed to do, and that's to find us balance. Bring the right hand to that block and sweep the left hand to sky. Exhale, release the left hand towards that leg again. Move the block, be out of the way this time as we step the feet forward. If it feels okay, pivot the toes towards the corners of the mat. Sink those hips down from Malasana. You can sit on that block if you need to. You can lift the heart. You can press the elbows into the knees, and that's going to give you a little straighter back. If you want to round the back more, then maybe the triceps are towards the knees, and you can bring that chin to the chest. Sometimes I think it's nice to rock back and forth on the feet in Malasana. Kind of activates that outer glute just a little bit. Sometimes it's really nice to just be. Breathe in. Now exhale, let's bring the hands on either side of the foot. And let's just walk the hands back if that's accessible to you, or rise up to Uttanasana and then find your way to the floor. Otherwise, walk the hands back. Let's bring the soles of the feet together for a seated butterfly. Baddha Konasana. Adjust those sits bones. Soles of the feet together. If you have that block handy, bring that block maybe underneath the heels or underneath the feet. And just see how that feels. You don't have to have your feet there. It might not feel good at all. It might be like, oh, this is different and I like it. You notice if you even feel a difference at all. You can bring the hands to the shins or to the feet. Just reach that heart forward. And if you want, you can bring the chin to the chest, or maybe you just want to gaze. With your eyes closed, your eyes open off the front of your mat. Let's exhale. Just slowly begin to bring the shoulders back over the hips. Now release the feet to the ground. Move that block out of the way if you have the block there, and just feel the feet on the floor without a block. And just notice how different that might feel. And let the breath go. Now bring the soles of the feet together, and then bring both knees over to the right or to the left, and bring that bottom arm out. And with that bottom arm out, the knees are stacked. We're just going to rest on the side body. Just pausing here, knees stacked, arm reaching out. Now lift the left arm to sky, or whatever arm is on top, and just let it come behind you. It doesn't have to go far behind you. We're just going to reach it. Maybe it just hovers in space. And just feel perhaps the inner elbow stretching, the shoulder, the heart space stretching open. Now bring that arm back up and over to the earth. Roll over onto your backs. Roll over to the other side. That bottom arm reaching forward. Knees are stacked. Feet might be stacked. And then when you're ready, sweep that top arm to the sky and let gravity take it behind you. The arm could just float in space. Maybe open the palm of the hand, so the fingers open, and feel perhaps a stretch in the forearm or the inner elbow, armpit, and the shoulder. Now exhale, bring that arm to reach for the heavens, down to the hips. And now let's roll onto our backs. And now here I offer just a moment or two to find what feels right for you. Maybe you want to hug your knees to the chest, or maybe you want to send your legs up the wall. Again, we're in this collective space together, and our bodies are going to ask for different things. Maybe you're ready for Shavasana right now. There's something we didn't get to. Allow yourself to just soak it all in. When you get to your final resting position, let's find that common sutra. The breath. And the rise and fall in your belly. The rise of the in-breath. The lowering of the out-breath. Allow your eyes to sink back into your head. Eyelashes rest on top of another. The feet fall into whatever place is comfortable. Feel the hips rest. The shoulder blades rest. Prana flows on the breath, that life force energy. In our Shavasana, that prana can flow without obstruction. Bringing healing to all of our parts. And steady the mind.
with the breath. And steady the breath. Influence our breath with our movement. So in our stillness, bringing some stillness to the breath. Sometimes stillness of the breath can still the mind. Sometimes the mind can still move. So maybe we give the mind a mantra such as Om. Letting Om whisper on the inhale, Om. The breath whispers Om on the out breath. Om. 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 Perhaps you stay in Shavasana for a little while longer. If you'd like to roll up to a seated position and close class in a seat, you can do that too. Yeah, let's bring our hands to our heart space. And feel this collective energy, this collective space between us. The support that we cultivate and co-create. May we be reminded with every inhale, or any time that we need to be reminded that we're breathing the same air. We can look up to the sun and be reminded of our support for each other. And as the moon slowly shifts from the new moon to a full moon, you can know that it's beaming down on us and we have each other. Let's exhale. Inhale for Om. Exhale. Om. Shanti. 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 Om. Namaste. Thanks, guys, so much.